Illinois Real Estate Exam Escrow Questions. Question 1. A buyer asks about a former owner had a non-structural personal illness, but there is no physical defect or legal restriction affecting the property. Why may this be treated differently from a material defect during Logan's Galesburg Suburban Ranch home file review? Option A. Stigmatizing facts usually do not have the same disclosure treatment as physical or legal defects. Option B. Every rumor must be included in the deed. Option C. The broker must create a structural inspection report. Option D. The seller must lower the price by statute. The correct answer is option A. Stigmatizing facts usually do not have the same disclosure treatment as physical or legal defects. Stigmatized property issues generally differ from material physical defects or title/legal problems. Rumors do not belong in a deed, brokers do not create structural inspection reports, and statutes do not automatically set a required price reduction for a stigma. Question 2. Several brokerages in Waukegan agree to charge the same commission rate so no firm competes on price. Which violation is most likely being tested during Kendall's Moline Commercial Suite file review? Option A. Valid comparative market analysis. Option B. Price fixing. Option C. Prioration. Option D. Easement by necessity. The correct answer is option B. Price fixing. An agreement among competitors to set commission rates is a classic price minus fixing concern under antitrust principles. A CMA estimates value, prioration divides expenses, and an easement by necessity concerns property access rather than broker competition. Question 3. A buyer obtains a loan of $273,800 on a property appraised at $370,000. Approximately what is the loan minus to minus value ratio during Harper's Quincy Farm parcel file review? Option A, 26%. Option B, 84%. Option C, 74%. Option D, 59%. The correct answer is option C, 74%. Loan minus to minus value is calculated by dividing the loan amount by the appraised value, $273,800 divided by $370,000, or about 74%. The other percentages confuse equity with LTV or use an incorrect numerator or denominator. Stressed about your Illinois real estate exam? We can take Illinois real estate exam for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 4. A buyer is reviewing required environmental paperwork involving LEED-based paint information for pre-1978 housing. Why are these disclosures commonly tested during Jamie's Waukegan single-family home file review? Option A. They guarantee the property has no environmental condition. Option B. They replace the purchase contract entirely. Option C. They require the broker to perform engineering tests in every sale. Option D. They help buyers evaluate known or potential environmental risks before becoming bound to the transaction. The correct answer is option D. They help buyers evaluate known or potential environmental risks before becoming bound to the transaction. Environmental disclosure laws are designed to inform buyers about known or potential risks before or during the contracting process. They do not guarantee a problem-free property, replace the contract, or require brokers to perform technical engineering tests in every transaction. Question 5. An appraiser values a special purpose building with few comparable sales and limited rental data. Which approach may receive special attention during Rowan's Belleville 2- flat building file review? Option A, cost approach. Option B, income approach only. Option C, gross rent multiplier only. Option D, subdivision platting method. The correct answer is option A, cost approach. The cost approach is often useful for new or special purpose properties when sales and income evidence are limited. The income approach and gross rent multiplier depend heavily on rental income, while subdivision platting is not a primary appraisal approach. Question 6. A borrower pays 3 discount points on a $130,000 loan. How much do the points cost? Option A, $1,950. Option B, $3,900. Option C, $1,300. Option D, $4,900. The correct answer is option B, $3,900. 1 discount point equals 1% of the loan amount, so 3 points cost 3% of $130,000, or $3,900. The other figures use too few points, only 1 point, or add an unsupported amount. Question 7. Hayden and Parker both claim the same earnest money after a failed Illinois purchase contract. How should the broker view disbursement during Casey's Springfield townhome file review? Option A. The broker may give the money to the latter party. Option B. The broker must always keep the money as commission. Option C. The broker should follow the contract, written instructions, or lawful dispute minus resolution process before releasing funds. Option D. The buyer automatically receives the money regardless of contract terms. The correct answer is option C. The broker should follow the contract, written instructions, or lawful dispute minus resolution process before releasing funds. Earnest money disputes require careful handling under the contract and applicable escrow rules. A broker cannot choose based on pressure, convert the money into commission without entitlement, or ignore the party's contract rights. Question 8. A property manager receives a residential tenant's security deposit from Cameron. How should the funds be treated for licensing minus exam purposes during Morgan's Peoria small apartment building file review? Option A. Spend it immediately as management profit. Option B. Treat it as the broker's personal emergency fund. Option C. Refuse to keep any written record of the deposit. Option D. Handle the deposit as money belonging to another party and account for it properly. The correct answer is option D. Handle the deposit as money belonging to another party and account for it properly. Security deposits are funds connected to the landlord minus tenant relationship and must be handled with proper accounting and legal care. Treating them as immediate profit, personal funds, or undocumented cash would create serious compliance issues.
Are you looking for AccuPlacer exam actual questions? Visit our website pokerexams.com to access AccuPlacer exam study guide with actual questions and answers. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get AccuPlacer exam answer key today.
Question 9. Annual property taxes are $3,360, and the seller owes the buyer a credit for 118 days using a 365-day year. Approximately how large is the credit during Taylor's Naperville mixed minus use storefront file review? Option A, $1,086. Option B, $280. Option C, $9. Option D, $2,172. The correct answer is option A, $1,086. Daily proration divides $3,360 by 365 and multiplies by 118 days, giving about $1,086. The other choices use 1 month, 1 day only, or double the required prorated period. Question 10. An unlicensed assistant named Quinn is asked to explain offer terms to a buyer at an open house. Why is that risky during Riley's Rockford vacant lot file review? Option A. Unlicensed assistants may perform every brokerage task if unpaid. Option B. Explaining or negotiating transaction terms can cross into licensed activity. Option C. Only title companies need real estate licenses. Option D. Licensed supervision converts negotiation into clerical work. The correct answer is option B. Explaining or negotiating transaction terms can cross into licensed activity. Unlicensed assistants may perform clerical or administrative tasks, but explaining terms, negotiating, or advising consumers may require a license. Being unpaid, supervised, or involved with a title company does not transform licensed brokerage functions into purely clerical work. Question 11. The same brokerage may work with both Jamie and Rowan in one transaction. Why must dual or designated agency issues be handled carefully during Avery's Bloomington rental duplex file review? Option A. They automatically cancel every contract. Option B. They eliminate all broker duties. Option C. They can affect consent, confidentiality, and the duties owed to each party. Option D. They require the buyer and seller to use the same attorney. The correct answer is option C. They can affect consent, confidentiality, and the duties owed to each party. Representing or assisting both sides can create consent and confidentiality issues that must be handled according to law and brokerage policy. It does not automatically cancel contracts, eliminate duties, or force the parties to share legal counsel. Question 12. A listing closes at $400,000 with a brokerage fee of 5.0%. What total commission is generated before any split? Option A, $10,000. Option B, $24,000. Option C, $4,000. Option D, $20,000. The correct answer is option D, $20,000. Commission is calculated by multiplying the sale price by the commission rate. $400,000 times 5% equals $20,000. The distractors divide the commission, use the wrong percentage, or calculate only 1% of the price. Question 13. Avery signs an exclusive brokerage agreement and expects the broker to present offers and assist with negotiations. Which Illinois topic does this resemble during Drew's Joliet Suburban Ranch Home File Review? Option A, minimum services and duties under brokerage agreements. Option B, a deed restriction created by neighbors. Option C, a mortgage acceleration clause. Option D, a tax appeal before the assessor. The correct answer is option A, minimum services and duties under brokerage agreements. Illinois state minus specific outlines test brokerage agreements, exclusive agreements, and minimum services. Deed restrictions, mortgage acceleration, and tax appeals involve different legal concepts rather than brokerage minus service duties. Question 14. A driveway crosses one parcel so a neighboring parcel can reach the road. Which property concept is most likely involved during Hayden's Aurora Commercial Suite File Review? Option A, fixture. Option B, easement. Option C, novation. Option D, defeasance clause. The correct answer is option B, easement. An easement gives a right to use another's land for a specific purpose, such as access. A fixture is attached property, novation substitutes a contract party or obligation, and a defeasance clause relates to mortgage satisfaction. Question 15. A seller receives $236,000 at closing, pays off a $84,000 mortgage, and pays $8,300 in seller closing costs. What are the approximate net proceeds during Parker's Evanston Farm Parcel File Review? Option A, $152,000. Option B, $227,700. Option C, $143,700. Option D, $92,300. The correct answer is option C, $143,700. Seller net proceeds subtract the loan payoff and seller costs from the sale price, $236,000 minus $84,000 minus $8,300 equals $143,700. The other answers omit one deduction or add deductions instead of subtracting them from the sale price. Question 16. A managing broker supervising Parker discovers repeated advertising and trust minus account mistakes. Which responsibility is most directly involved during Reese's Oak Park single minus family home file review? Option A, recording deeds for every buyer. Option B, issuing building permits. Option C, approving zoning variances. Option D, supervision of sponsored licensees and brokerage compliance systems. The correct answer is option D, supervision of sponsored licensees and brokerage compliance systems. Managing and sponsoring brokers are responsible for supervision, training, and compliance controls for sponsored licensees. Recording deeds, issuing permits, and approving zoning variances are handled by other parties or government offices. Question 17. A homeowner challenges the assessed value used for property taxes. Which concept is being examined during Alex's Decatur 2- flat building file review? Option A, assessment and property tax valuation process. Option B, agency termination by death. Option C, A leasehold surrender. Option D, escrow disbursement only. The correct answer is option A, assessment and property tax valuation process. Property tax questions often focus on assessed value, tax rates, exemptions, and appeal procedures. Agency termination, lease surrender, and escrow disbursement are separate real estate topics. Question 18. A brokerage wants to operate a virtual office location for Illinois consumers. Which compliance focus best fits the licensing outlined during Blair's Elgin condominium unit file review? Option A, avoiding all broker supervision because the office is online. Option B, registration, supervision, and public-facing brokerage compliance for virtual or branch operations. Option C, replacing written brokerage agreements with website clicks only. Option D, advertising as an unlicensed technology company. The correct answer is option B, registration, supervision, and public-facing brokerage compliance for virtual or branch operations. Virtual or branch operations still require appropriate brokerage supervision and compliance with licensing rules. Being online does not remove supervision, written-agreement, licensing, or advertising requirements.
Stressed about your AccuPlacer exam? We can take AccuPlacer exam for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done.
Question 19. A brokerage wants to operate a virtual office location for Illinois consumers. Which compliance focus best fits the licensing outlined during Quinn's normal townhome file review? Option A, avoiding all broker supervision because the office is online. Option B, replacing written brokerage agreements with website clicks only. Option C, registration, supervision, and public-facing brokerage compliance for virtual or branch operations. Option D, advertising as an unlicensed technology company. The correct answer is option C, registration, supervision, and public-facing brokerage compliance for virtual or branch operations. Virtual or branch operations still require appropriate brokerage supervision and compliance with licensing rules. Being online does not remove supervision, written-agreement, licensing, or advertising requirements. Question 20. A licensee knowingly misrepresents a material fact to induce a buyer to sign. Which licensing consequence is most relevant during Sydney's Carbondale small apartment building file review? Option A, automatic zoning approval. Option B, mandatory title insurance payout. Option C, a tax prioration credit only. Option D, disciplinary action for unprofessional or dishonest conduct. The correct answer is option D, disciplinary action for unprofessional or dishonest conduct. Knowing misrepresentation can trigger discipline because it harms consumers and violates professional standards. Zoning approval, title insurance payout, and tax prioration are unrelated remedies for this licensing misconduct. Question 21. A buyer transfers contractual rights to another purchaser before closing, subject to the contract terms. Which concept is most likely being tested during Logan's Galesburg mixed-use storefront file review? Option A, assignment. Option B, accession. Option C, this cheat. Option D, hypothecation. The correct answer is option A, assignment. Assignment involves transferring contract rights to another party when permitted. Accession concerns additions to property. Escheat transfers property to the state when no heirs exist, and hypothecation involves pledging property as security without giving up possession. Question 22. A candidate is planning the broker exam schedule and wants to understand the Illinois-specific portion. How is the state portion commonly structured in the current SCI bulletin during Kendall's Moline vacant lot file review? Option A, 100 questions with 150 minutes allowed and a 70% passing score. Option B, 40 questions with 90 minutes allowed and a 75% passing score. Option C, 50 questions with 120 minutes allowed and a 74% passing score. Option D, 90 questions with 150 minutes allowed and a 75% passing score. The correct answer is option B, 40 questions with 90 minutes allowed and a 75% passing score. The Illinois broker exam has a separate state portion listed as 40 scored points, 90 minutes, and a 75% passing score. The 100- question 150- minute format describes the national broker portion. The 50- question 120- minute option reflects residential leasing, and the 90- question format applies to a different examination category. Question 23. A borrower asks about a FHA loan program during financing. Why might this appear on a licensing exam during Harper's Quincy rental duplex file review? Option A. Government loans never involve underwriting. Option B. Government loans automatically waive all closing disclosures. Option C. Government-related loan programs have eligibility, insurance, guarantee, or property-condition features that differ from conventional loans. Option D. Government loans transfer the seller's deed to the lender before closing. The correct answer is option C. Government-related loan programs have eligibility, insurance, guarantee, or property-condition features that differ from conventional loans. Government-related financing may involve special eligibility, insurance, guarantee, or property standards. These loans still involve underwriting and disclosures, and they do not transfer the seller's deed to the lender before closing. Question 24. Drew passed the Illinois broker examination but delayed the license application for more than a year. What is the likely exam-related consequence during Jamie's Waukegan Lakefront Cottage file review? Option A. The score remains valid permanently. Option B. The candidate becomes licensed automatically. Option C. Only a name-change form is required. Option D. The passing examination result may no longer be usable for licensure. The correct answer is option D. The passing examination result may no longer be usable for licensure. The SI Bulletin states that candidates must apply for licensure within 1 year after passing the appropriate examination. A permanent score, automatic licensure, or a simple name-change form would not satisfy the application requirement after the score validity window has passed. Question 25. A buyer and seller sign a purchase contract with competent parties, lawful purpose, mutual assent, consideration, and a sufficient property description. Why is the contract likely enforceable during Rowan's Belleville Suburban Ranch Home File Review? Option A. It contains the core elements generally required for a valid real estate contract. Option B. It is enforceable only if recorded before closing. Option C. It becomes a deed immediately when signed. Option D. It is void unless the broker drafted every paragraph. The correct answer is option A. It contains the core elements generally required for a valid real estate contract. A valid contract generally requires competent parties, mutual agreement, consideration, lawful purpose, and adequate written terms for real estate. Recording is not required for contract validity. A contract is not the same as a deed, and broker drafting is not the element that makes the contract enforceable.